My Outdoor TV is your home for every Major League Fishing 2024 event,
Yes, sir.
including the General Tire Team Series.
I put the team on my back, baby.
Watch free on My Outdoor TV with promo code MLF30.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. It's the Toro Stage 1. Sam Rayburn presented by Power Pole. We welcome you into our Major League Fishing studios alongside JT Kenny and Marty Stone. I'm Chad McKee. This week, 80 of the top anglers in professional bass fishing converged on East Texas to kick off the 2021 Bass Pro Tour season. After 4 days of competition, only 2 rounds remain. Let's take a look at this year's full Bass Pro Tour tournament breakdown. Each Bass Pro Tour stage consists of 6 days of competition made up of 3 rounds: qualifying, knockout, and championship. The first 4 days are the qualifying rounds. All 80 anglers are seeded into 2 groups of 40, each stacking up as much weight as possible on the score tracker. At the end of their rounds, each angler with the most weight advances directly to the championship round, while the remaining top half of each group survive to fight another day. Day 5 is the knockout round. 38 anglers hit the water, all with their weights back at 0. The 8 anglers with the most weight at the end of the day will earn their ticket to the final round. Day 6, championship round. The stage's top 10 anglers face off to fight for the points, the money, and the glory of being a Bass Pro Tour stage champion. From 80 down to 40, the field is set and 38 anglers are on the waters of Sam Rayburn Reservoir. Only 8 will advance to the championship round. Before they hit the water, let's recap the qualifying round action that led them here today. During qualifying Group A, Day 1, the Big Bass of Texas showed up early. Kevin Van Dam caught a 6'2", Bradley Roy a 6'9", and Jacob Wheeler a Sam Rayburn monster of 7 pounds 15 ounces. It was our 2021 Red Crest champion Dustin Connell who would finish the period on top of the score tracker. In Period 2, Spencer Sheffield, who qualified for Stage 1 through his performance on the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit, went on a tear. The Arkansas native stacked more than 23 pounds onto the score tracker during periods 2 and 3 and finished Group A's Day 1 in first place with 29 pounds and 11 ounces.
Well, you kind of seen this coming when you go back and look at what he did last year on the pro circuit. 7 events, 7 times in the money. Runner-up in AOY, strong finish in their title. Then started the year pro circuit, had one little stumble at Okeechobee, followed it up. I mean, he was within a couple casts of winning the pro circuit event, Smith Lake. He's had momentum for a while, and it's just continuing on.
Day 2, Spencer Sheffield held a 1-ounce lead over Dustin Connell, while Wesley Strader began the day on the Toro cut line. Strader didn't have to feel the cut line pressure for too long, though. He weighed in an 8'9" and a 6'1" to propel himself up score tracker and into 4th place.
He is just catching big ones, and he's really, as he said, he's really starting to learn that forward-facing sonar.
Intent on winning the round and automatically advancing straight to the Stage 1 championship, Ott Defoe and Dustin Connell battled for first place all day. With a 2-day total of nearly 60 pounds, Defoe would come out on top, allowing him to skip today's knockout round and head straight to the championship round.
14 scoreable bass for all of 34 pounds. And I mean, when we say he was up the river, he was up the river with the paddle.
Late in the day, all focus then went to the highly contested Toro cut line held by Alton Jones Sr. It was not meant to be for the MLF veteran, however. With less than 10 minutes remaining in the round, the first pro out, Brett Height, caught a 3-4 to advance.
Absolute clutch fish for him. He went back to his strengths. He went back to that jackhammer vibrating jig. Just right in the last few minutes, caught that one and sealed his ticket to the knockout round.
Cliff Pace with an 8-11 and Dustin Connell with a colossal 9-5. Both snagged the $1,000 Berkeley Big Bass Daily Bonus. With half of our Stage 1 knockout round field set, it was then time for Group B to have their turn on Sam Rayburn Reservoir. The Hall of Famer Mark Davis jumped out to an early morning lead, one that he would not surrender for the rest of the day. On the heels of a Texas chunk of 7 pounds, Gerald Sporer would finish just 2 pounds behind him in second place.
Sporer, late in the day, did perform really, really well, and it really seemed like Davis, who is on top, got out to a really fast start, but then kind of trickled off throughout the day. So it's going to be interesting to see, as conditions are changing, things are warming up, how that afternoon shallow bite and that offshore grass bite, how they're going to collide.
When Group B hit the waters of Sam Rayburn Reservoir for day 2 of their qualifying round, 6 anglers who sat outside the Toro cut line made moves to finish the day above it. Shin Fukai and Justin Lucas were the 2 most productive pros on the day. Each caught more than 30 pounds in day 2 to finish in the top 10. Thanks to stellar days of their own, Takahiro Omori, Alton Jones Jr., and Timmy Horton ended the round just inside the top 20. With the help of 2 last-minute fish, Greg Vinson would be the final pro to punch his ticket to the knockout round.
His whole third period was just really a blur, but a good blur. He was on the bridge pilings trying to get something going there, caught a scoreable there, made a quick move over to an adjacent point, and it was on. He did what he loves to do. He had that jerkbait out, and it was just scoreable after scoreable, got himself fishing in the knockout round.
After fending off Randall Tharp, who would finish the round in second place, Gerald Sporer sat alone on top of the score tracker with an even 50 pounds, advancing directly to the Stage 1 championship round. Justin Lucas with a 7.14 and Terry Scroggins with a 7.9 claimed the $1,000 bonuses for Berkeley Big Bass of their respective days. From 80 down to 40. Let's take you out to the waters of Sam Rayburn Reservoir, where 38 anglers are on the water trying to find out which 8 will join automatic qualifiers Ott Defoe and Gerald Sporer in the championship round.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lines in.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
It feels like a buzz-baiting morning.
Lost a 5-pounder on a buzzbait. I've had 3 or 4 blasted, but I've had enough good bites on it that I think it's gonna happen.
I feel like I should throw that buzz bait with this little ripple instead of the frog. Not be the adjustment I need to make today. But this thing's caught me a lot of fish this tournament too.
Trying to figure out the absolute best bait to get these fish not only fired up and keep them biting. And I've been circulating through basically a crappie jig and this soft jerk bait here.
This current's sucking around this corner. It's hard for me to go straight to it though, because I've seen some fish up and down this riprap. You know, really what I'm doing is I'm just throwing up here looking for them and trying to get my jerk bait across the top of them.
Well, we're gonna start out right here, see what's going on. See what's going on, and then go from there.
Dang it. Look like a keeper too.
Hey, Shin, I'm gonna give you a score tracker update.
Uh-oh.
Alton Jones Jr., first place. He's got 1 fish, 5 pounds, 14 ounces.
Wow. 5-pounder.
Fred Rumbanis is second. He also has 1 fish, 4 pounds, and 1 ounce.
That squat tracker make me fish faster, but I know I need to slow down.
Well, he looks scoreable. He's long enough. Definitely long enough. Look at that. That's not gonna work. He's all head, no body.
2 pounds, 1 ounce.
Oh, it went. Look at that. Look at that thing. Sickly looking. My goodness.
Brent Ayler just joined the board with a 2 pound, 1 ounce.
Gonna go around this one more time and see if I can snatch one, and I'm gonna hit that point, see if today it wants to give me a couple.
Love to just catch one big one here, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Which, that's what I figured. I had to burn through them the other day and I caught them all.
I ain't seen nowhere near as many swimming around today. The other day, they're swimming all over the place.
Wesley Strader, not yet on the board. Sam Rayburn Reservoir, fed by the Angelina River, nearly 3,500 square miles, and Wesley Strader takes us through it.
Folks, here we are at beautiful Lake Sam Rayburn, a place that is really special to me. This is where I started my professional career in 1998 with the FLW Tour. It's a beautiful lake, it's got lots of big old bass in it, it's got a lot of different types of cover. Look forward to each and every day that I get to spend here. When we got here to Sam Rayburn, I expected this lake to just be full-blown spawn, just fish laying everywhere on the bed, but Texas has experienced some really record-breaking cold snaps that they haven't seen here in 100 years. So we have got fish in all different kinds of stages right now. I think some have already spawned. I think some are coming to spawn. I think some are pre-spawn. So you just never really know where you're going to catch one. But the weather's getting right. It's warming up. The moon phase is starting to get right. So you know, it could break loose any day. Sam Rayburn has a lot of diverse vegetation and cover in it. It has standing timber, it has grass, it has cypress trees, it has willow bushes, a lot of offshore structure as far as, you know, points, humps, lots of standing timber out in the open waters. As far as man-made structure, you have bridges, you have some riprap, marinas. There's not a whole lot of man-made structure, but there is a little bit. You know, everywhere I went and practiced, there's a ton of boats there, everything's getting fished. Me, I've been kind of trying to stay away from the boats, trying to find something to myself. It's worked so far, but you know, that's, you know, like I said, it's changing day to day, but I really think the key to winning is finding fresh fish and fish to yourself.
Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour is brought to you by Berkley, your fish, our science. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Power Pole, total boat control. B&W Trailer Hitches, towing adventure. And by Sonic, this is how we Sonic.
Welcome back to Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Toro Stage 1 Sam Rayburn is presented by Power Pole. It's the first knockout round of the 2021 Bass Pro Tour season, and our 38 pros just went lines in here on Sam Rayburn Reservoir. While they continue to search for Texas giants, let's go over the scoring rules. The anglers began the round with 0 weight. A scoreable bass must weigh at least 2 pounds. The pros who finish in the top 8 will join automatic qualifiers Ott Defoe and Gerald Sporer in the Stage 1 Championship.
There's activity all over the bottom today. I got one behind it right now. I ain't make it. Probably not, he feels really light.
1 pound, 10 ounces. Non-scoreable.
Too small.
Oh, God! That was a 3 or 4 pounder.
That's what frustrates me. I know what they are down there because the other day I made 3 of them bite and they were all 3 good ones. It's hard to get off of them when I can still see them.
That fish did exactly what it's supposed to do. They're not supposed to explode on it this time of year. They're just supposed to come up and suck it down. But it almost like he just nipped at it.
They really like the jerkbait, but they miss it sometimes. And then so I saw the bait yesterday in here, teeny tiny, like not even an inch. So that's where I got the whole crappie jig idea from. They like him too. So we'll alternate between those 2 baits and figure out which one does the best catching.
It's amazing the amount of fish I'm seeing out away from the grass. It's almost like they're living out beyond it instead of up on the grass lines right here. I mean, they're on bait, I guess, but man.
Had to burn through. I think they'd be a straggler or something through there though, a 4 pounder.
I'm really seeing these fish grouped up out off these points out deep, just aimlessly swimming around. Total post-spawn fish. So I've just got to relocate where these big ones have gone.
It's something different going on. Just 2 days, they eating same spot. Yeah, the only difference is the wind direction is different.
Well, something definitely changed. We're gonna roll with it here for a second. I'm not staying here very long if they don't start biting and start running other stuff.
Dude, we're just 1 bite away from being right where we need to be, and I know they're swimming here. It's just a lot different conditions than when I fished here yesterday. I think there's another way to get these fish to bite. I'm just gonna try to figure out what it is.
Oh gosh, that's a scoreable for sure. Dana Lee, can I get right where you are, please? Bad.
2 pounds, 6 ounces.
2.6. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir.
All right, kicking things off with a 2.6.
Let's go. We're gone. Y'all was good to me, but now you're gone.
A lot of non-scorables, but that was the same thing yesterday. There are some bigger fish in here as well. I just think they can't get to the bait, oftentimes because of the smaller ones. God, I just missed one right there.
So far this morning, it's gone pretty slow. I've caught a couple of non-scorables. You know, I'm just gonna keep running this pattern for the first period in this area and then make an adjustment from there. I'm not gonna let the day get too far away before I make a move.
I kept it honest 30 minutes. I pulled a plug on it, boom.
Got him.
One hook again. Damn it.
£2 pounds, 0 ounces.
2-0. It works. Boy, he come out of there like a rocket.
Hey, Wesley, we have a score tracker update. Alton Jones Jr. has caught another fish. He's still in first place. He now has 7 pounds, 15 ounces. Looks like Dean Rojas has caught his first fish of the day, 4 pounds, 15 ounces. He's now in second.
Dean did?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
That puts you in 11th place, Zach.
Well, you got to start somewhere, but our pace has got to go better. Got to catch more, catch them faster.
Close. I don't think he's gonna do it either. That's the first topwater bite I've had all week. 113.
2 pounds, 0 ounces.
He did it. You did it. You did do it. Thank you, buddy.
Let's go, you guys. I don't like this. I'm gonna go look at one little secondary point over here, and then we might make a 5-mile run.
There it goes. Okay, watch it. Oh, he got it. He got it, son. Oh, yeah. Come on up in here. We just caught it. Look at that guy.
3 pounds, 4 ounces.
3 pounds, 4 ounces. It's a pretty fish. Look at those little black spots on his tail. That's awesome, man. Look at that. It's a pretty fish. Thank you, thank you.
Just seems dead this morning. There's not a lot of activity. Seen one cove that had a bunch of gar in it, but other than that, I've not seen the pods of shad or anything to give me a clue as where I need to spend my time.
I mean, it's just a ghost town. Everywhere you look, absolute ghost town.
That wind's got them in there pretty good. It's just gonna get better throughout the day too. It's gonna be blowing all day right here. Look at him, look at him. Watch this. Holy smokes at the bass, buddy. Do you think there's some right there? Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Toro Stage 1 Sam Rayburn is presented by Power Pole. 38 professional anglers are currently duking it out in East Texas, and all have the same goal: finish this day in the top 8 to advance to the final round of Stage 1, where our champion will claim a $100,000 prize. With the help of today's Berkley Big Bass, a 514 Texas toad, Alton Jones Jr. sits on top of the score tracker. We're only an hour into the round, however, and the winning patterns are still being decided. Plenty of time remains for these pros to ensure they're one of the 8 who finish above the Toro cut line.
Oh my gosh. I can catch every one of them on fluke, but I just don't think I can catch a big one.
I should have thrown that other color, I wasn't thinking. I like to change up the colors, especially if I'm making a bunch of casts in a pretty tight little area. I've had it happen a few times now where I change colors and then get a bite pretty quick. I need to spin the boat and make 1 or 2 casts across that little secondary point.
£1 pound, 9 ounces, non-scoreable bass.
Oh, 9, huh? He must be real skinny.
This looks like a rocky point, which it is, but there's a couple broke off stumps like that one sitting on that corner right there, and that one that's about 5-6 foot. There's a couple of them sitting out here off this point, and there's a few fish that usually hang out around them.
A lot of small ones right here, man, you know, but you can weed through them and get some bites. I'd rather be getting bites than no bites.
Seem to be committing to the jerkbait a little better today than they have been. Surprised old Van Dam ain't got a couple on the board.
Well, I have not been able to get back on these fish in the grass. The water's not quite as clear as it was, and you know, that was helping me before for them to be able to see that jerkbait from further away to travel to bite it. Got him.
Oh God. Please be a bass. Please be a bass. Yep, it is. I got him fat, snagged. Oh, he looked a lot bigger than that. Certainly take you.
He's about a 114.
£1 pound, 14 ounces, non-scoreable bass.
He's still fun, look at him. Spawned out, skinny, I guess.
2 pounds, 9 ounces.
That's a decent little fish. Thank you, buddy.
All right, I ain't far from calling it. A lot of fish right here, but unless there's some big ones, see them are small guys right there.
That got moved you up to 5th place, 4 pounds, 9 ounces.
Not bad though. I mean, we should have 3 already, so it's not terrible.
Man, those 2 in the morning hurt. Put me right up there. I think those other guys are getting way more bites, and I'm just not getting enough bites to not execute.
Oh, whoa, that feels good. That feels good. Gotcha. There we go. Yes, sir. Crappie jig strikes again, baby. It's comical almost.
2 pounds, 14 ounces.
214. It's a solid fish. Yep. Missing her belly shirt though.
Give you a score tracker update. Justin Lucas just moved to 3rd place with a 5 pound, 12 ounce.
Well, we had the bites to be 1st, 2nd, I don't know, somewhere right in there. That tells me we're not off, we just didn't execute. We still got a little bit of work we can do.
Just gotta match the hatch, I guess, you know? I can see all the bait that's in here. It's literally like 1 inch big, and that's what even made me want to make this adjustment.
Stay in here and fish shallow for the rest of this period and just see what's going on. It's time for them to be sliding up. I mean, even pre-spawners that are trying to get up there, they'll kind of stage up on these bushes before they even go in to spawn anyway.
Well, if that cold snap hadn't hit, a lot of these fish would still be up there right against that grass. Garden fry and all kinds of stuff.
I'm just running these laydowns. I'm fighting going up real shallow on the other side, but I need to keep this honest here for just a minute. You don't get many bites doing this, but when you get one, it's usually a really good one.
Fat sucker.
2 pounds, 0 ounces.
Yes, ma'am. 2 pounds, 0 ounces. Will County.
Absolutely.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me, my bad.
Thank you, buddy.
He ain't gonna go. He's one of those 113s. Let's see what we got here.
2 pounds, 1 ounce.
What?
Alton Jones Jr. still at the top with 715 with 2 fish. Mark Daniels Jr. is right behind him with 7 pounds, 4 ounces.
Just catch a 7-pounder, dude. Dang.
I mean, it's just right there for the taking.
Little adjustment, same area. There's too many fish in this area for there not to be some up here trying to spawn. And that's exactly what happened right there.
Just keep reminding myself I'm around in the land of the giants. It's just a matter of getting one to bite.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Toro Stage 1 Sam Rayburn is presented by Power Pole. Weights are tight among our 38 knockout round anglers here on Sam Rayburn Reservoir, and the Texas native Jeff Sprague has shown the field that one good hook set can turn the tide. Not only has Sprague just added 5 pounds 8 ounces to his total, but the Toro Pro also catapulted himself nearly 20 spots on Score Tracker and into first place. With Texas chunks like these lurking in the waters of Sam Rayburn, it's clear a top 8 finish is in the cards for any pro who knows how to play his hand.
A good one to eat this topwater today. One of those lazy ones to come up and take his time right here. One's gonna happen. There's a little bait right on the surface. Crazy. That's a better one too. Better than the last one. That's a better one.
Two pounds, 8 ounces.
What is going on?
Score Tracker update for you, Dustin. You've moved into 9th place now, 3 ounces below the elimination line.
You can fish for miles in here and not get a stinking bite. Fish a couple of these little points that come out, see what's up.
So many shorts in here. I roll up and just go ahead and catch 4 pounds instantly. Different morning, I guess.
Score Tracker's showing that nobody's really got it dialed in yet this morning. It's changed every day, and we're gonna have to make some adjustments. I'm gonna keep running new areas. You know, I'm just trying to find an area that I've got confidence in. I start seeing some bait or something to focus on.
So we moved over here to an island where I've caught a bunch of 2.5, 3 pounders. When you fall behind a little bit, it's so hard to catch back up. But if I can manage to just pick one off here and there, I'll be okay.
Decided to come in here and fish shallow for a little bit, thinking the weather may has warmed up and they slid back in here. I just know if you can find an area and that they're sliding in, it could go down, but it is not going down in here.
Sometimes too, when you come back up a bank like this, you get different angles and see things that you couldn't see before. Works out sometimes.
This little buzzbait right here has made me thousands and thousands of dollars this time of year. You ain't getting bid on it. It's not because they're not biting, it's because they're not there. That's how much confidence I've got in this buzzbait right here.
Score Tracker update. Tommy Biffle's in first place now with 10 pounds, 5 ounces. His last fish was a 6-pounder.
I just don't understand what they're doing.
It's tough. I need to adjust. Still have a chance on the one fish.
Dude, he might go too.
2 pounds, 3 ounces.
Dude, look at that. Are you kidding me?
That's a big one. There's a scale scoreable. All right, things happen. Pulled to the first one and got one.
2 pounds, 10 ounces.
Nice. First one on the swim bait and lay down.
I'm just blown away at the timing of that. The activity must have been really good in here this morning because it was still happening when we got here, you know, like 2 hours after we started.
Thank goodness I got one before the first period was over.
Score Tracker update. Justin Lucas has caught a 4-pound, 6-ounce bass and moved into first place. You're now in 13th place. 2 pounds, 11 ounces below the elimination line.
All right, we're about to get out of here. We are about to leave the shallows.
We're gonna run around here to the corner, hit a little cut in here, maybe hit a wacky worm place or two, and make some decisions.
I mean, I've got to change up. I've got to figure something out. I believe there's been fish up here this whole time, decent ones, but it's been too cold really for them to react on something like this, and now the water temp's starting to get right.
You saw how quick it happens with this frog, dude. When you get around them and they're biting, you could go from 0 to hero so fast, but that's why it's hard to put it down when they're not biting it.
Yeah, after the break, I'm going down the lakes and fishing new stuff.
I got about half dozen little spots up through here I want to stop in and hit, and basically if we can pick 1 or 2 off of each spot, be okay. Can't get in these lulls where I don't get a keeper. That's how I'm going to fall behind and fall out of it.
7 pounds is within reach, but you get up there in the 10, 12 pounds, you're in trouble then with these guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lines out into period 1.
Well, that's a stark cry from yesterday. I mean, it wasn't a bad period, but just not a lot of scorables that period. Kind of a slow period. We're still trying to figure some things out. I don't know this area that well. I just got in here late yesterday, last period, so just trying to put something together.
Nobody's found it yet, but you slide in a little bay somewhere where a wave has went in, man, you can light them up. So
It's such a grind out there that I've been searching for new water and I just can't find it. So hopefully I can rotate through the right spots and catch enough to make that cut.
I'm gonna have to keep experimenting, make some adjustments. If we wanna make it a fish tomorrow, we gotta turn things around a whole 180.
Pretty frustrating. It's crazy. Best lake in the country, and I can't catch a 2-pounder, so I don't know. We're gonna regroup. We're gonna keep grinding, keep digging till we run into them.
Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour is brought to you by Bass Cat. Feel the rush. Power Stop Brakes. Brake upgrades made easy. Toyota. Let's go places. Rapala. Hand-tuned and tank-tested. And by Covercraft. Protection for whatever you drive.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. It's the Toro Stage 1. Sam Rayburn presented by Power Pole. Justin Lucas is on top of the score tracker of 512, a winner on the Bass Pro Tour last year. Jeff Sprague, no surprise, Texas guy, he's in second place. Not a problem so far for Brent Ehrler. He is up in the top 8 and above the Toro cut line. Dustin Connell, currently on the outside. 2 pounds, 11 ounces is his deficit. Our Red Crest champion. 2 periods to go to determine which 8 move on to the championship round. JT, we've talked so much. The bank, the offshore. Offshore guys maybe have lost touch with these fish. Can they relocate them?
I think they can, but they certainly might have to make some drastic moves. Ehrler's still catching a few, but we've seen the GOAT, Kevin Van Dam. He's kind of lost connection with his fish a little bit. Cannell's kind of lost connection a little bit. The key to success for those guys today is going to be if they can relocate those fish, whether they moved in the grass or whether they actually moved up to the bank to spawn. That's going to be for those guys to figure out, but it's going to be imperative if they want to advance through this knockout round. They're going to have to relocate those schools.
We had the maybe tail end of the feed early this morning. Marty, what are we in store for with regard to that later in the day?
We're still at the tail end right now of a major feed, but the thing too to remember is the minor's going to be at 340. So really this whole afternoon, because I always add 30 minutes to the end and 30 minutes to the beginning, this whole afternoon is shaping up to where it should be a lot better for these guys.
Period 2 of the knockout round. The top 8 moving on, 4, bottom 30 headed home.
2, 1.
Let's go catch some bass, man. Come on.
First period and some of the moves we made were really the right moves. And, all we got to do is just keep making right decisions. There's brim everywhere, bluegill all over the bank. Shallows are coming to life. Good things will happen.
They're in here to be figured out. One thing I've learned about fishing, I said it the other day, when you do the right thing, they let you know real quick. Usually does not take long.
I'm just trying to throw something bigger to get a bigger quality bite. I rigged up a brush hog in case I see one that's really drilled, nailed down on the bed. There he was. Coming.
I found these fish yesterday with a swim bait, but I can't really throw it today because there's so much floating grass, making it really, really hard for me to fish. I just started kind of throwing this drop shot around some of these holes, and that's how I think that's how I've caught all of my fish today.
Running water with that's a snag-proof Wobble-Tron frog, just twitching it, and just covering a bunch of water with it and getting bit every now and then.
That wind keeps blowing. I think it'll blow some of this stuff out of here, which would be very, very, very helpful.
That wind has really picked up. Makes it hard to flip, I can tell you that. With a lightweight, it does.
The sun is good because it's heating the water up, and it's gonna get those fish moving, wanting to do their thing.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Two pounds, 7 ounces.
First cast line's in.
Wasn't really planning on fishing back there, but it looks so good. There he is. Oh my God. He ain't gonna make it. Like 1.6, 1.8.
1 pound, 7 ounces, not scoreable.
You're gonna have to retie that. When they wrap your line around a hook, it just messes up your line. There's enough big ones out here that I'm gonna go, oh, it's not that big of a deal, and then I'm gonna twitch that thing, and there's gonna be a 10-pounder on the end of it, and I'm gonna wish I retied.
Score tracker update. Alton Jones Jr. has caught a 4-1. He moves into second place. He's 2 ounces behind you, Justin. Forever and Banish just caught a 4-5. He moves into 9th place, just a few ounces outside the cut.
It still is not easy to get bit, though, I'll tell you guys that. I've had 4 scoreable bites all day so far.
How do you not get bit right there? I'm telling you, they're not up here. If they were, you'd be getting some bites. These fish are out, there's no doubt.
Since I can't get bit on the little flats like I was yesterday, I like the idea of just staying on these little deeper points. This has definitely probably got more water on this cover than just about anything in here.
You got the mouth-watering, tantalizing brush hog. I think it's the server, though, that's not doing a good job.
That's a good one. Oh, it's a good one.
That'll be a fish landing violation, 2-minute penalty. 2 pounds, 2 ounces. All right. Jeff Sprague's caught another bass. He's moved into first place. You are now in 17th place, 4 pounds, 0 ounces below the elimination line.
All right, we're gonna have to make some moves if we're gonna make this cut. I don't think I can do it doing this.
Just trying to piece this sucker together, man. It's been a weird day so far, to say the least.
You just can't beat an ocho sometimes in this super shallow water like that. It's subtle, and you're not spooking off the fish with a really invasive bait. So all we can do now is get the penalty behind us and catch another one.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Toro Stage 1 Sam Rayburn is presented by Power Pole. Here on Sam Rayburn Reservoir, the Texas native Alton Jones Jr. is flipping bushes to pick off spawning fish, as you can see here in today's favorite fishing overview of the day. The General Tire Pro now sits just 1 scoreable bass behind the leader, Jeff Sprague. Their advantage over the Toro cut line is slim, however, and Sam Rayburn is known for holding quantity and quality. With weights this tight, any angler can still do colossal damage to the score tracker.
Been a good day so far. It's like my dream day in Texas. The fish are pulling up to spawn. Been flipping just a relatively lightweight, like a quarter or a 3/16, some of the slow fall that I can still get in these bushes. And I think that helps me get more bites, just a slower fall.
I'm waiting for one of those big Sam Rayburn giants that a lot of the guys have caught, but I'm doing exactly what I love to do. flip everything in sight, and you know, right now it's got me in a great position.
And they're not in this stuff for me. There's just too much of it. They can go from here to the bank and then you can't get to them. They don't want to be out here in 3 foot of water. They want to be up there in that dirt, spawning.
Trying to find a pattern exactly what, if I could find the right cover they on, or the right retrieve. They were real super shallow. They still are, but they were what I call rabbit dog fish. So shallow you could run a rabbit dog in there.
Man, that wind slicked off. Tried the old wacky rig on them.
Now the sun came out, I went to that ghost minnow color. So when it gets bright, that's probably a better option.
Keeping my presentation real simple, I'm mixing it up between a Power Hog and a Berkley Power Bait General black and blue. When the sun gets real bright and I get down that way where there's more grass, the water cleans up a little bit, and I go to green pumpkin.
£2, 1 ounce.
Snuck one in there.
And the same one I lost earlier, dude. Come here. Open that mouth. Come here. I got you.
3 pound, 13 ounce.
Okay. No, that's a fatty. I'll take it. See a big girl.
First place, still 12 pounds.
16 pounds, 4 ounces. Justin Lucas is in second place with 15 pounds, 15 ounces. And you're 4 pounds, 14 ounces below the elimination line.
All right, let's ride.
Kind of a tough day for everybody, huh? What's wrong with this place?
Dude, we're not catching many, but we're catching good fish. God, that might be a great big one. Dude, I'm gonna have to chase this one. That's a big one. Big one. Oh, no. Don't do it. Come here. Just keep that mouth open. I got you! Boom! That is a fat pre-spawn female. 5 pounds, 3 ounces. 5'3". Woo-hoo! Dude. That's how you make a little comeback right there, like 2 in a row like that. Come on.
Justin Lucas has caught another 5 pound, 3 ounce bass. He's taken the lead with 21 pounds, 2 ounces. You've moved to 5 pounds, 1 ounce below the elimination line.
Well, that's one bass here.
I got 5 fish for 21 pounds. I've only caught 5.
Yes.
Just catching meat. I'll catch meat all day. I love it. I have loved Major League Fishing since we went to a 2 pound minimum. We want to target big ones.
Cliff Crochet just caught a 4.9. He's in 4th place with 16 pounds. Looks like the elimination line is now Bobby Lane, 11 pounds, 7 ounces.
Still can happen. Just get one little sign, one bite, and you can roll with it the rest of the day.
Caught a 6.5 doing this second day of the tournament, and today I caught a 4.9 and a 3.9. I like what's going on, we just gotta keep growing.
Come on. Did he come off? No. Scoreable. Dude, that was weird. I thought he came off. No. Come here. He's a 2-something. Open your mouth. Gotcha. If you tell me one something.
2 pounds, 6 ounces.
Close. Okay. Nice.
I hope it's a heck of a third period for us. It'd be nice to catch about a 9-pounder right here and then get back in the game with one bite.
Unbelievable. I know what's going on, it's just I don't know if it's gonna get there today or not.
All right, get a fish, get back up there.
You're currently in third place with 16 pounds, 4 ounces.
All right, I told you. You ain't catching them, you're gonna get left behind.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Toro Stage 1 Sam Rayburn is presented by Power Pole. Today, 38 professional anglers are battling on Sam Rayburn Reservoir in this first knockout round of the 2021 Bass Pro Tour season. All of them are vying to be one of the 8 who advance to the Stage 1 championship, where they'll compete for a larger piece of the $800,000 in angler payouts. California native Justin Lucas has had a fruitful past few minutes, scaling 3 fish including a 5.3 Texas Brute. The Berkeley Pro has extended his lead on Score Tracker, but Lucas is not the only angler making moves. Cliff Pace, who began the period in 15th, now sits 3 pounds above the Toro cut line.
Basically what I'm doing is running around, just fishing right out in front of the little spawning areas, throwing a jerkbait, just keying on the outside grass. Some of these fish are post-spawn. I've caught a few pre-spawn, much more post-spawn than pre-spawn.
You are 13 pounds above 9th place.
So they haven't really caught much lately, is what you're telling me. If I could catch one more big one, I'd go practice.
Let's go. Gotta start capitalizing because before too long, we are gonna be out of the mix.
All those cuts in here, all 3 of them, and only fishing 1 of them. That's just crazy. I'm definitely doing the right thing. I'm in good shape. I just need to get a key big bite. Right up here around the corner is where I caught some big 3-pound males yesterday.
Still just flipping and flipping and flipping, and just gonna keep running the same stuff. And hopefully I find a little pot at the end of the rainbow here sooner or later.
You know, just trying to fish around, just trying to figure out how I can stay in that top 8 today. We're gonna go back out, start throwing the jerkbait. I mean, that's the most productive thing for me.
It's still shallow, but that water dropped a little bit. I don't know if it got him kind of freaked out a little bit or whatever, but I think it's all about covering water and executing. I think I'll get the baits to qualify for the finals. I just gotta execute.
I know they catching them shallow. Cajun baby catching. He don't fish offshore. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh, it's gonna be close. That is gonna be close. But I think he's gonna make it. Yes, sir.
2 pounds, even.
Aha! Finally got us a Sam Rayburn bass. Oh, man alive. Just gotta grind it out. Grind it out.
Yeah! Not getting many today, but they're good today. Thank you, girl.
£2 pounds, 3 ounces. We've been on a little bit of a dry spell. Came back over here and finally caught one. Finally caught us one. Come on, give us a deal breaker, man. I caught a 4-pounder up here yesterday. I figured I'd just wait till it got hotter to come in here, so possibly that's the start of things to come.
If that fish puts you in 2nd place, you're 5 pounds and 1 ounce off the lead.
Nope. Nope, think he's gonna cut the mustard. Nah, he ain't gonna be a 2-pounder. That's not another one. Nice foul hook. It might be a 2-pounder.
£2, 5 ounces.
It's big enough. Got one.
Aldner has been a change. You're now down at 4th position, still 7 pounds, 1 ounce.
We're due for a scoreable here pretty soon.
Nothing's been easy for me here this week. It's just been grind for everyone you can catch. You know, this is the way that I feel like gives me the best opportunity to do well.
Bobby, right now you're still in 7th place. You're ahead of Brent Ayler. Yeah, he has 13 pounds and 5 ounces.
I need a fish. That's all there is to it.
I really don't know how to catch one right now. You know, the way I want to catch them with the jerkbait. I'm not really feeling it. We're gonna double back through some of the other stuff and see what happens.
That'll score. Now I gotta score.
£2, 2 ounces.
2-2. Gosh, finally. Working so hard. Skinny again, that might be a post spawner, I don't know. But we know what, we ain't giving up though.
Tommy Biffle just caught a 4-pound, 5 ounce bass, moving him to 3rd place, moving you to 5th, still 7 pounds, 1 ounce behind the leader.
What's the cut line?
Cut line is 13 pounds, 7 ounces, and you are at 16 pounds, 7 ounces.
Man, a lot of good looking area we just come through with nothing. Nada.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of period 2, lines out.
Not the best period, but not the worst. Got a shot going into the final period.
Wasn't a bad period, but it wasn't a great period. Thought I was gonna get the ball rolling good there, and just like anything, I had a little run, and now I've got to see if I can weather these other dudes' runs while I try to find my next run.
Hanging around that 8th position, man, you got to get 8th or better. And if the pressure's not building, I mean, I've been here before.
I got to figure out how to catch about 10 pounds this last period, and I'll have a chance. You know, I mean, shoot, that could be, 1, 2 bites for how many big fish are here.
I really believe if it was gonna happen, it would have done it by now. So yeah, I'm gonna start bouncing around and try to figure out something new.
I'm a little bit frustrated, but all we gotta do now is drop that mercury in the water and go find some more bass. It's that easy.
I'm gonna have to get one more big bite today, and probably another scoreable to go along with it, and then I'll be fishing Championship Sunday. But it's a long period ahead of us. We got to catch some.
While our pros take their second and final break of the knockout round, let's catch up with James Worldwide Watson for today's General Tire Coffee Talk.
All right, here we are, Jasper, Texas, Sam Rayburn Reservoir. This is General Tire Coffee Talk. I got Brent Chapman, I got Jeff Sprague, and we're fixing to get after it. Hey everybody, season number 3, General Tire Coffee Talk, right here, Lake Sam Rayburn. This is bigger than Kardashians. I got Brent Chapman, and I got Jeff Sprague. You didn't see that one coming, did you? I did not. You ain't gonna see nothing coming. I'm gonna promise you that right now.
I've been compared to a lot of things, and the Kardashian has never been in anybody's vocabulary.
For real?
No.
I remember
Kardashian
one.
Something new, or those?
Well, I know one
Is that like a breakfast pastry? What is a Kardashian?
It is delicious.
Is that a YouTube video?
No, these are real videos. It's been going on 20 years, guys. Where have you been? Under a rock? In a bass boat?
In a bass boat, yep.
Bass boat.
Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour is brought to you by Favorite Fishing, the future of fishing. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. General Tire, anywhere is possible. Old Wisconsin, real, genuine taste. And by Guggen Baits, open, sniff, catch.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. It's the Toro Stage 1, Sam Rayburn, presented by Power Pole. It's the knockout round on the Bass Pro Tour, the most intense day of competition we have. Brent Ehrler just fell out of the top 8. Big Bass Bobby Lane is the last man in currently. What a period it was for Cliff Pace. He's up there sitting pretty, 16-8. And Justin Lucas, he's on top of the score tracker. A furious final 2.5 hours to determine which 8 move to the championship round, where Ott Defo and Gerald Spohr have already reserved their spots. The Toro cut line in that last period went up about 5.5 pounds. It's at 13.7. If it goes up 5.5 more, it'll be 19 pounds, JT. Is it going to be higher than that?
Here's why I'm still sticking with 26.14. Yesterday was the first time all week long that we saw the third period have the most catches. I think we're going to see that again. These fish are finally trying to spawn. They're finally getting on some of their beds. The afternoon bite is always better. I think we're going to see that same surge that we saw yesterday in the third period.
3 anglers today have had 10-pound periods. Dustin Connell is 8 pounds back. Is it doable? I mean, we've seen it today, but not many guys posting big periods like that. How far back is too far back?
Anybody that's 8 pounds or closer has got a chance at this thing because we're on Rayburn. It's the afternoon. JT said it. Afternoon bite yesterday for the first time. We saw glimpses of it. Yesterday's third period was the best third period we'd had all week. I don't see any reason that doesn't stay the course today. I think we're going to be in for some fireworks. I mean, this is Rayburn. We're supposed to be seeing 60-pound days, and we haven't done it. And it really surprised me today that today's fishing as tough as it is.
Only guy that's got a chance at a 60-pound day is the guy we're going to start on, and it's going to be a stretch for him. Justin Lucas, our leader. Let's hear from him to start the third period.
1, lines in. If I catch one more, I'll probably try and start practicing. I really want to win, and I don't think I can win right here. I just feel like I need something else.
Wind's right on it today, so I'm just gonna go through it again and see if they're here, there'll be a bunch of them.
That wind is up, man. Just in 15 minutes, it started puffing good.
This is when it happens right here. I mean, you can have a bad first period, sometimes even a bad second period, and you're still in the game.
Pretty confident I'll get bit again. Just got to execute and make sure they're right size.
I'm just gonna really concentrate on where I got bit the first couple of days of the event and just fish it slow and hope and pray that the old 50-pound spider wire ultra cast jumps about 2 foot in the air.
I'm kind of torn on exactly what to do just yet, but the wind's up, so the jerkbait should start working again. I think they're biting it right now.
Oh, dude. Giant. Oh my dear God. Giant. Oh, dude, my heart is going all of a sudden 1,000,000 miles an hour. This is a freaking toad. I gotta put a trolling motor on faster. Oh my God, dude, she's so big. She's so big, oh.
There's number 1. There's number 1. Yes,
2
indeed.
pounds, 9 ounces.
Sorry, 2.9.
2
That's
pounds,
the way
9
to
ounces.
start the third right there. Come on now, girls. Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
I want to freaking cry. That was a 10-pounder. Problem is, that can be the difference in winning now or not, because I would have had enough time to go practice. You know, we can still make the cut and start back over tomorrow, but that would have been the biggest fish I've ever caught on a spinning rod.
For some reason, they like the Berkley General power bait. Black and blue is all I'm doing.
That's the one.
Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here, you big girl. Come here. Come here. I got you! I got you! Yes! Yes! Woo!
6 pound, 7 ounce.
Ah!
6 pound, 7 ounce.
Dude, look at her. She's gorgeous. Mwah. I love you so much. I hate your big sister or whatever she was, but dude. If you can't tell, I'm having fun, guys. Look at that big old monster. 6 pounds. See you later. I love letting them go. See ya.
Justin Lucas just increased his lead. He just caught a 6 pound, 7 ounce fish.
So Lucas is in. We got to catch 1 or 2 more for sure.
Spencer Sheffield just caught a 6'9".
Oh.
That's the largest fish of the day so far. Gives him a total weight of 11 pounds, 7 ounces, 2 pounds and 12 ounces behind you.
Still on that bubble. For all you 5 bass limit lovers, I would have a monster bag today.
Come here, baby.
All right, we're done, fellas. This solidifies it.
That's a 2-pounder, I reckon.
Well, you're practicing after this. I'm shaking. I'm tying up a drop shot with the hook off. We did it. We made it. Championship round coming at you tomorrow.
3 pounds, 10 ounces.
Lucky girl. Finally got one.
3 pounds, 6 ounces.
See you later.
Justin Lucas has 33 pounds, 5 ounces.
No bueno. We don't catch one, we are not gonna make it.
I feel good enough we can practice. I need to find some more stuff because I just don't think I can sit there and keep catching fish in the same stuff. You know, I gotta have something else.
I had that one chase my bait to the boat, and I reached down to put a mark because it come out of a clump of grass. And I stopped my jerk bait. When I picked it up, I twitched it one time, and I guess that fish is just sitting there looking at it, and I felt her get it.
Like,
14 ounces.
14. Hey, what's 8th? We still holding?
8th place, Luke Clausen with 15 pounds and 15 ounces.
Wow. And we all got 16?
Yeah.
Come on. Don't make it such a grind, fish.
You're now in 9th place, 1 pound and 12 ounces out of the cut.
They're just not feeding here today. I'm having to basically try to make them bite. Here we are, back in what I think is my best area. Trying to get a few baits.
Cypress has got a lot of knees on them, way out from the tree, and that's why you're throwing out and around them a lot. They hadn't seemed to be right on the tree.
Come on, him. You got a head full of it, didn't you?
2 pounds, 14 ounces.
That'll work.
£3 pounds, 2 ounces.
That'll work.
Cliff with that fish puts you in 2nd place with 23 pounds, 0 ounces.
That suits me. They can go ahead and call it over. If they won't, be fine with me. We'll go eat a sandwich.
They'll just let me stay in 3rd. I'll be happy.
You're 1 pound and 13 ounces off the cut.
Been living on the bubble the last 2 days. Need to get off of it in a good way.
Welcome back to Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Toro Stage 1 Sam Rayburn is presented by Power Pole. Today's 38 pros are in the final stretch of knockout round competition here on Sam Rayburn Reservoir. And the Mercury Pro, Luke Clausen, has been making moves. With his last 2 East Texas bass, Clausen has added more than 7 pounds to his total, propelling himself above the Toro cut line and into 3rd place. Weights, however, are still tight. Scaling a Berkley big bass like Spencer Shuffield's recent 6'9" would surely send shockwaves across the score tracker.
All right, Tommy, score tracker update. Luke Clausen got a 4-pound, 3-ounce bass. That moves Luke to 3rd place. You're down to 4th place.
It's been pretty much a grind all day. Been lucky to catch a couple of big ones, and that always helps when it's slow.
I just got to get bites. It's just boiling down to that. I mean, the weights are really tight. I'm not out of it by no stretch, man, but you definitely got to get bit.
Come on. You guys have been good to me all week. Now you're gonna quit?
Maybe everybody else hits the wall too. I don't know. I always hit a wall.
Dude, it was so easy to get a bite earlier. No, I can't buy one.
They're letting me stay in it, which I appreciate greatly. I mean, honestly, I feel like I get 2 bites, so I got a chance. And I should. I should get 2 bites, at least.
Sun out and getting some of these calm pockets, man. I know that there's plenty of fish up. If I could just catch 2 or 3, there's a couple places I want to fish still.
Not seeing the bait, just kind of hoping the bait would be pushed over here. Constantly watching live scope for grass and bait and fish. Any of the 3 is good, all of the 3 is great.
A bunch of carp in here, and they went here the other day. I still caught some, and they were here this morning. It's a little better. The carp ain't going as crazy.
This is all good. I mean, everywhere I don't get bit is also a good thing, because it's stuff that I marked that I felt like I could potentially catch them off of, that I'd be wasting time on tomorrow. So this is all valuable, even if we aren't catching them.
Yeah, he scored, boy.
3 pounds, 2 ounce.
3 pounds, 2 ounces. That's the biggest 3-2 I caught in my life.
How far are we above the cut?
We are 2 pounds and 7 ounces above the cut.
Yeah, we ain't gonna make it because I don't know if I can catch another bass. I don't even. But then again, I shouldn't be in the championship round if I can't catch another one.
That's what it's going down on today. The Wobble Tron from Snag Proof. Ah.
Come here. A little 2-pound nugget.
2 pounds, 8 ounces.
Thank you, girl. Well, they're pretty.
God almighty, son. What are we doing, boys?
The rearranged jerkbait was just more than he could stand.
You're 1 pound, 13 ounces out of 8.
Cannot believe they're not loaded up on this one. Water's warmer back here, there's tons of bait.
Somebody's gonna have to make a move that's gonna make them some money. If I don't hurry up, it's not gonna be me.
Jump on the other side, cover some more water. I don't know if that water's falling or it's a timing deal or what, but I just add a little insurance.
A couple pounds out right now. You know, I need to catch a good 3 or 4 pounder and back it up with another. You know, I'd like to catch about 4 or 5 pounds here pretty quick. Been going backwards, you know, I haven't caught one in a while.
Just gonna keep hunting and trying to put my bait in as many places as I can. It looks like one will be spawning. Not rocket science.
I've got some banks or some areas that I probably need to go hit and see if I can't catch 1 or 2 more instead of this fishing out here in the wind. Usually the wind's your friend, but fish are trying to bed and they don't want to bed in the wind.
Come here.
I don't know if it's 2 pounds or not. I think it is. Yeah, it's 2 pounder.
Slide touch, no penalty. 2 pounds, 6 ounces.
Skinny male. We are grinding, boys. Golly. We are grinding on a hope and a prayer.
Give a man a heart attack jumping out there with one hook in your snout.
2 pounds, 7 ounces.
We're getting closer.
Jeff, that fish puts you in 3rd place. You're 4 pounds, 13 ounces above the cut.
We are earning every single bite we get.
Now it comes to the decision of do you try to keep catching them or do you leave them for tomorrow and hope that you got enough to make it.
And you've got a 19-pound lead overnight.
Give me another clue. Give me another area. Oh my God. Oh, I thought it was bigger than that. Not a bad one though.
3 pounds, 8 ounces.
Not a bad one. Mark a waypoint right here.
Just hoping we can get one more good one in the boat to get a little bit of that uncertainty off of our shoulders.
Tore my swim bait up though. Finally got bit on that thing. As much as I've been throwing it, you'd think I'd get a thing bite on it.
Bobby, I'll give you a score tracker update here. Spencer Sheffield just moved up to 8th place, bumped you down to 9th.
Yeah.
He's got 16 pounds and 5 ounces.
Yeah, I figured it was coming, just a matter of when, and now it is time to answer back, but you got to get a bite to do it.
1 hour remaining.
All right. We're gonna need one before the clock runs out. We're gonna be going home to Wetumpka, Alabama.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. The Toro Stage 1 Sam Rayburn is presented by Power Pole. Today's 38 gunslingers are in the midst of a Texas shootout, and the stakes are high. Survive this showdown in the top 8, and they'll advance to the championship round, where Ott Defo, Gerald Sporer, and big money await. Time is running out on our Luminox clock here in the final period of the knockout round, and a single scoreable bass is all that separates the anglers who hover around the Toro cut line. With weights this close, one productive stretch of water can be the difference maker for any pro who's currently on the outside looking in.
We're right there. I mean, we're right inside the cut, but it's so tough. And you never know when your next bite's gonna come.
There's got to be some 2s in here. Oh, that was one. No doubt about that one. Coming towards us.
I'm about to give you a heart attack, but it's all good. Here's the fun stuff. This stuff you think about. It's stuff you want. Stuff you dream about, you know?
It's hard to cover water right now. I want to hurry, but... Oh, that was a good one, too. That was him. No way. Oh, that was a good one, man.
All right, Alton, you're now in 8th position, 2 ounces above the elimination line.
I've seen 30-pound sacks in here, so all we need is just one big one. That's it.
I'm in 5th.
You are still in 5th place, yes.
I have to catch some.
Come on, fish. Where's one of them big 3s that I was catching? I'm gonna pull the plug on this and hope that I got enough. I should. It's 16 pounds right now. Golly, I can't see it going up 11 pounds in an hour, but I do have that kind of luck.
Just trying to find little patches of grass and edges on the grass, and I've had a couple bites, so I'm expanding my area a little bit. That's a good thing. Oh. Oh.
Lay there, I'll postpone. Look at that big old head. Old bug-eyed joker there.
1 pound, 14 ounces.
That's a big one.
There we go. There we go, boys.
3 pounds, 2 ounces.
3 pounds, 2 ounces. Hey, if you miss them, put it back in there.
Trying to trick one of these big ones right here on this place where I've caught 3 today. Felt the rod load up just then. I thought that might be one of them. It's a little discouraging when you feel that bite on the place where you've caught those big ones, and it's 115.
That old Strike King fluorocarbon getting a workout in them bushes today, boys. If you hadn't got you any of that, it's the real deal, I'm here to tell you.
That'll work. You better.
2 pounds, 9 ounces. 2 pounds, 9 ounces.
Fourth place is going to be Tommy Biffle with 22 pounds, 7 ounces.
Good job, Tommy Biffle. I love it.
Give me a couple more. I wish I'd have caught that big one a while ago, and then I'd been all right.
Oh, yeah.
Slight touch. 2 pounds, 13 ounces.
213. Oh, I needed that. Possibly. There's hope.
Bobby Lane caught a 2 pound, 13 ounce fish, moving him into 7th place, which puts you in 9th place now, 2 ounces below the elimination line.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
You just gotta keep on fishing. This place will get the best of you, I don't mind telling you. I mean, it is a forever grind.
Come on. That's gonna go. It should.
That will be a fish landing
Look how
violation.
long and
2
skinny,
minutes
man.
ago.
That should be a 2-pounder.
That's keeper. See, that one with that other one that I lost? Oh, maybe not. Well, he's gonna be close.
Frustrating, man. I found him.
1 pound, 15 ounces.
2 pounds, 1 ounce.
Man, I just lost like a 3-pounder a little bit ago.
Still got time. 2 hook sets. 2 of the right hook sets.
I still have time, unless they start catching them again. I may not run. I might just finish the day here. I mean, there's enough fish in here for me to make the cut.
Oh boy. Oh, yes indeed. Yes indeed. Had to have it right there. Look at that fusion hook. I mean, through his face. Whew.
2 pounds, 14 ounces.
3?
2 pounds,
2
14
pounds,
ounces.
14 ounces. Come on, it ain't over till it's over, dog.
Bobby Lane just caught a 2 pound, 14 ounce fish. You were 2 pounds, 11 ounces down.
It's gonna take some magic now.
Cliff, you're now the elimination line. 19 pounds, 2 ounces.
Yeah, I really need to catch one.
Bobby, that moves you up to 21 pounds and 11 ounces.
Beautiful. Let's get another one.
Mark Davis just caught a 6 pound, 8 ounce.
Oh boy.
Moved him into the top 8.
It's a good one. Gosh. Are you kidding me? Did you see that?
Hanging on, praying for one more. One more, about 2.6, 2.7. Just a good solid fish.
It's crunch time. Who's gonna make that move?
Dude, how many am I gonna miss with just minutes to go?
I've lost 2 big fish, and that's really what it comes down to. Put yourself in a bind like that, and it's just hard to dig out of when you're not getting many bites. And just one of them probably would have got me through.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lines out. End of period 3.
Ooh, what a day, y'all. What a day.
First event of the year, and I'm heading to the championship round.
I'm so thankful to have found these fish yesterday because it could have been really bad, but it's turning out pretty good, and I'm really excited to go fishing on the championship day.
Put this bass cat in the wind, re-spool these loos, and let's go. Championship round, baby.
Feels good to start the year, good momentum, but you gotta, hit the brakes and get ready to fish tomorrow and fish for the W. So I'm excited to make it, but got a lot of work to do. Championship round, start at 0.
Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour is brought to you by Toro. Count on it. Mercury. Go boldly. Epic Baits. Be epic today. CarParts.com. Get the right parts right now at CarParts.com. And by Federal Ammunition.
This is Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour. It's the Toro Stage 1. Sam Rayburn presented by Power Pole. Knockout round is done. 8 moving on to the championship round to join Ott Defoe and Gerald Sporer. We had drama around the Toro cut line. Cliff Crochet, he will fish his first championship round on the Bass Pro Tour.
He threw that snag-proof frog pretty much all day, he said, and it barely, but it got him on the correct side of that Toro cut line.
Luke Clausen was one of 2 anglers to move into the top 8 in the final period, he and Mark Davis.
He's been catching a lot of fish on the chatterbait, but today they were just swatting at the bait, and every time he got a bite, he'd follow it back up with a wacky worm and connect.
Bobby Lane was looking good, but he fell out when Spencer Sheffield caught one with 55 minutes left. Bobby responded. He caught a 214, and he's in, JT.
He was doing all day what he loves to do. He had that big rod in his hand, some heavy line, and getting in the really heavy cover. And he really worked a Berkley General and a Pit Boss in these bushes to absolute pitching perfection.
Jeff Sprague headed to yet another championship round. Will this be the time that Sprague wins? He's been close so many times.
Well, and I really thought the home field advantage was going to be a big deal in this event, but this is the only Texan left standing, and he is due for a win. Now you're talking about 14 knockout rounds out of 16 events.
Cliff Pace was 24th after the first period, JT, but he went roaring up the score tracker, left that Toro cut line in the dust.
He caught all his fish today in some windblown pockets. Cliff carried the jerkbait, and it's going to carry him into the championship round.
How about the day for Justin Lucas? Best day anybody's had yet here.
Yeah, this lake's been fishing weird, different, strange, whatever we want to say. And who would think going into the championship round, the best bag of the tournament would be on a drop shot?
He won at Sturgeon Bay last year on the Bass Pro Tour. And our Berkley Big Bass of the day for Spencer Sheffield, if that thing had been 7-2, he would have been in. 6'9's pretty good. He pockets an extra 1,000 from our friends at Berkley. Wrapping things up, a good knockout round here. Ott Defoe, Gerald Sporer, well, they're already in the championship round, and 8 more will join them. Marty, I think the point you were making to us off the air is important to note. This lake is getting better because what we have, 6 of the 8 guys today had their best day of the event in making it to the championship round.
Yeah, about halfway through that second period, it almost seemed like it was lulling us to sleep and this lake was digressing. Then when I looked at the numbers, 6 of the 8 anglers, with the exception of Crochet and Davis, had their best day to date, and the highest weight stringer or bag that we've seen on Score Tracker the whole week has been Justin Lucas. And if he would have added that 9-10 pounder, ever how big, I think it's getting better, but it's getting better slowly. With it being such a low catch rate and we're not seeing those 60 and 70 pound days that we thought, I truly think these guys up the river have a chance.
Tommy Biffle, Cliff Crochet, their first Bass Pro Tour championship rounds tomorrow. Go ahead and finish up with what Marty was talking about. Can those guys win up the river?
With everything that Marty said, I really think they can. At the beginning of this week, I would never have thought that, but the way this thing's shaping up, the weather has warmed up enough now to the point it should have happened. If it was gonna happen like we think it was gonna happen, it would have happened by now.
So the championship round is set. Justin Lucas wins the knockout round. He and the 7 others who make it out today will join automatic qualifiers Ott Defoe and Gerald Sporer in the championship round from Sam Rayburn Reservoir. That's when you join us next time here on the Bass Pro Tour.